Hello friends, welcome to SQL Server tutorial. In this video, we will learn about table level trigger. That means here we are going to learn about DML trigger, data manipulation triggers. So the default DML trigger type is after trigger. This means the trigger will be executed after executing the data manipulation language statement. So they are executed after executing the DML statement. The DML statement can be a insert, update, or delete. So for now, we will take a table, right? And we will assume that we are executing a delete statement here. So what happens? It will execute the delete statement first, and after that it fires the trigger and runs the trigger body, right? So that's why we call this as a after trigger. That means the DML statement will be executed first. After that, the body defined for the trigger will run. The trigger will be in the same transaction of DML statement. So that means if a transaction begins here with the delete statement, it still runs in the body as well. So that's why here when you make a call to roll back, it will cancel the actual delete operation. If trigger calls the DML, so if trigger calls rollback, the DML will be cancelled. So as already told, there will be a transaction. So as already told, the trigger can be for any DML statement. It can be for insert, delete, or update, right? So let's state that user is performing this update operation, right? So the transaction begins here, and if it is a update trigger, then it will directly enter into the trigger body, and after executing the trigger body, it will come and commit the transaction. So that means the update can be cancelled anywhere between here by making call to the rollback, right? That's why here we are talking about the trigger will be in the same transaction of DML. So if trigger calls rollback, the DML will be cancelled. It can be insert, delete, or update. If you make a call to rollback here somewhere, the corresponding trigger, say for example, if the trigger is for update, the update will be cancelled in the trigger body. So you can make some condition based on that you can cancel the transaction. Not only that, when update is going on here, you can even perform some logging, or you can make insert on some other table. All those stuff you can perform in the trigger body. But here we are talking about rollback, right? So if you make a call to rollback here, it will cancel the actual DML statement. Inside the trigger body, you can access the virtual tables inserted as well as deleted. Same, let's take all three statements here. First, let's consider the insert statement. Then we will talk about delete as well as update. So let's take a table row that contains 3 columns with value A, B and C. Right? Since it's a insert statement, the row will not be there in the table, and after the insert statement you will be seeing a new row. So when you perform delete, the row exists on the database, but it will get deleted. Right? The row will be deleted. In case of update, the row exists, and after the update, some of the column may change. Right? Some of the column got changed here. Now, when we want to know what data is inserted inside the trigger body, since this row is not previously there, but it got newly created, right? So we can refer all these with the inserted table. So we call this as a virtual table, and here, since the row is inserted newly, and we can refer the inserted virtual table, and we can get what are all the value inserted. And here, if you look at the trick inside the trigger body, the row will not exist at all after the delete, right? In the table, it will not be there, but you can refer the deleted content using the deleted virtual table inside the trigger body. So here the inserted table will not be present because there is no stuff that get inserted. So here in the update statement, if you see, the value got changed, right? So you can refer the old value using the deleted virtual elements. And new value with the inserted elements. I mean inserted virtual table. So that's the use of virtual table. So based on the trigger type, you can refer the inserted and deleted or inserted deleted virtual table. So inserted will be valid for insert statement, delete will be valid for delete statement, and the update is valid for deleted as well as inserted statements. Now let's see an example. Here the trigger is top grade no delete on student, and this one talks about the table name, and it runs for the delete statement. For delete has begin and end statement. Inside you can see declare at marks as small int. Here we declared a variable. Then we have the select statement, select @ marks equal to %mark from deleted. So here if you see, we are referring the deleted virtual table. The trigger runs for the delete statement, and here we are running it for deleted virtual table. We are taking %mark and assigning it here. So for example, let's state that we are deleting Ben Jonas 102, and since this row will get deleted from the table because of the delete statement and the trigger is fired, you are inside the trigger body. If you want to refer this column, you can make use of the deleted virtual table. So the %mark will get stored inside this variable, and here we are making a if condition. If a %mark is greater than 75 within begin and end, we are printing the statement. After that we are making a rollback here. So here we are stating that contact site admin to delete these students, and we are making a rollback. So here in this example, if you see percentage mark is more than 75, so we are deleting this specific row. I mean, we are not allowing to delete the row that is having more than 75 percentage mark. Now let's go to the demo. So first we will create a table student on the PEPS database. Then here we are inserting some sample rows, and here is the content of the table. And if you see, there are some student with less than 75 percentage mark, and there are some student that are having more than 75 percentage mark. So now we will create the trigger. So the trigger is top grade no delete, and here we just created the trigger, and the trigger will run for delete statement. So here it is delete from student where ID equal to 101. So here you can see that the data is deleted. Why? Because so the 101 row is deleted because the student is having less than 75 percentage mark in that specific row. Now we will try to delete 102, and here it states that contact site admin to delete this student, because 102 will not be deleted. The student percentage mark is more than 75, and here 104 also get deleted because student is having less than 75 percentage mark, right? Now we will drop the student and create the table again. Now we will try to execute the delete statements in a batch. So since we selected all three, it will all run in one batch, and if we execute, okay, so we have to recreate the student again because the trigger is not there. Drop it, recreating it, execute, and we will create the trigger as well. So the trigger is created. Now if you execute all three in one batch, you can see one row got affected, 102, but since the trigger rolls back the transaction here, 102 is not deleted because the student percentage mark is more than 75. 104 is skipped because here the rollback is done, right, because of the trigger body. Now if I go for select star from student, we will see that only the 101 row is deleted. 102 is not deleted. 104 also not deleted. Alright. So that's the use of DML trigger. Here we created a DML trigger. We referred the we referred the deleted virtual table and we make use of the percent mark, and we made sure it should be less than 75, then allowed the delete. Otherwise, we rolled back the transaction. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.